Will Max Verstappen be champion on sim racing? Hi, and welcome to Max Verstappen Rewind. We have a special video for you today where we will be predicting Max Verstappen's performance in the upcoming Le Mans 24-hour sim racing event. Max is incredibly quick in sim and a natural driver, and he has been a sim racer for over 10 years. Max Verstappen has been the informed driver of 2021, having won 9 other Grand Prix and been on the podium on 8 more occasions. He won the Driver Championship for Red Bull for the first time since Sebastian Vettel in 2013 and the Power Units Championship for Honda for the first time since Ayrton Senna and McLaren both won titles in 1991. But he couldn't stop Mercedes from continuing to dominate the constructor title in the hybrid era. The newly crowned champion may be a genius on the Formula One track, but that is not where his talents end. Before we continue, be sure to hit that like button. It only takes a second. Also, remember to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to turn on your post notification. This way, you never miss any of our new content on Max Verstappen. Let's get right into it. In the world of sim racing, Max Verstappen is a force to be reckoned with. Though he likes to be humble about it, he represents one of the best-known sim racing outfits, which is Team Redline. He won the iRacing Bathurst 12-hour with Enzo Bonito and the iRacing Nürburgring 24-hour with Max Benecke and Lulham as part of that team. Verstappen's passion for simulation racing is well known in the simulation racing world. He's a regular in iRacing events, and he's also been the face of many events in the F1 series of games, as well as the occasional Gran Turismo event. Verstappen stayed focused on iRacing rather than the higher-profile F1 2020 races during the summer of sim racing in 2020, when the globe moved to virtual sport because real events were difficult to produce. That means his digital exploits are less well known outside of the sim racing community. What is Le Mans Virtual? The Le Mans Virtual Series is an endurance esports competition. The 5-event season began on September 25, 2021 at the Autodromo Nazionale di Monza and will continue on January 15 to 16, 2022 at Circuit de la Sarthe for the 24 hours of Le Mans Virtual. This will be held at the 2022 Autosport International Show at the NEC in Birmingham, United Kingdom. The series will be broadcast live on YouTube. The race, which takes place on the R-Factor 2 simulation platform, is the grand finale of the virtual Le Mans Series Cup, with a prize pool of $250,000 or £184,000 up for grabs. For the event, a total of 50 entries have been declared, with 29 LMP and 21 GTE entries. Throughout the endurance race, all cars will be shared by 4 drivers who will shift control of their cars between pit stops. The race will be the second virtual 24 hours of Le Mans race to be sanctioned by the FIA. During the initial wave of lockdowns during the COVID-19 epidemic in the summer of 2020, which saw motorsport events all throughout the world, including the annual Le Mans 24 Hours, a one-off sim race was organized. Both esports gamers and amateur players can compete in the Le Mans Esports Series, which consists of 6 qualifying rounds leading up to a grand finale. At the Super Final, 36 drivers will battle in their separate 3-driver teams for the title of Le Mans Esports Series. The Automobile Club de l'Ouest and Motorsport Network, as well as Microsoft through the Forza video game, usually collaborate in the Le Mans Esports Series. Will Verstappen be in Le Mans 24 hours? Max will compete in the 24 hours of Le Mans virtual race coming up among numerous other well-known racers. As previously said, Verstappen is an ardent sim racing driver. The 24-year-old stated that he spends a lot of his free time on the simulator, trying to improve his racing skills in the virtual world. Racing on a simulator, according to the 2021 world champion, necessitates a whole new skill set that even an F1 driver must learn. "I am naturally fast in real life," Verstappen said. "On the simulator, these guys are the benchmark, and I have to push myself to that limit." In 2020, the Red Bull driver competed in a virtual Le Mans event. He raced for Redline, pairing up with Lando Norris of McLaren. The duo was leading the race late at night before a collision due to internet troubles knocked them out of contention. Although Norris will not compete in this edition, it was confirmed earlier this week that Verstappen would compete for Team Redline in this prestigious esports event once again. This year's event will be held on the 15th and 16th of January, and Verstappen is the most well-known competitor. However, numerous well-known names will be linked with the race when it takes place next weekend. The esports team of Verstappen's F1 team, Red Bull, will compete. Liam Lawson, a Red Bull Junior Academy driver, will race for the Milton Keynes team, meaning Verstappen will be pitted against his own team in the race. Will Verstappen be champion on sim racing? From the moment he made his Formula One debut in 2015 when he was just 17 years old, Max Verstappen has been an eye-catching and extraordinarily speedy driver. Because of his youthful age, he was one of the first F1 drivers to be able to use simulation racing games to develop their talents during his career. Verstappen, who admits that even during the F1 weekends, when he jumps out of his car, he would be on Discord, usually checks in with his Redline teammates about setups and ideas, and has also stacked a list of sim racing accolades enviable to many professional esports drivers. He is not a competitor that can be written off easily, especially not at this level of racing. Verstappen was one of the stars of rFactor 2's first The Race All-Star Esports battle. With Juan Pablo Montoya, Colton Herta, and Antonio Felix da Costa among his opponents, he took pole position and won his group race. With that win, the Red Bull driver advanced to the final, where he faced several high-level esports drivers, as well as real-world racers. He started 9th in qualifying and was the fastest real-world driver, but he was caught up in the Turn 1 turmoil and plummeted to 22nd. From there, he climbed back to 11th place, averaging nearly 1 overtake per lap. Herta in 10th and Felix Rosenqvist in 7th were the only real-world drivers to finish ahead of him, albeit neither of them had to fight their way back up the order as Verstappen did. When pitted against other real-world drivers in sim racing events, the 2021 Formula One champion has consistently been the best in the field. What experience does he have? Verstappen was crowned champion after winning half of the races in Team Redline's Real Racers Never Quit 6-round championship on iRacing. Despite racing against actual real-world supercars drivers, Verstappen was immediately at the front of the pack in the second round of the Supercars All-Stars E-Series as a wildcard participant. In 3 of the 4 races in which the Dutchman competed, 2 at Silverstone and 2 at Barcelona, he finished second. The only exception came in the reverse grid race, where he had to start from 25th and made up 7 positions in 9 laps at Silverstone. It's also worth mentioning that Verstappen wasn't the only one on the grid with iRacing experience. The fact that Verstappen was instantaneously on par with them while racing in a category of car with which he is unfamiliar demonstrates the F1 star's skill as a sim racer. However, when it comes to sim racing, Verstappen may have speed and agility, but he hasn't always had luck. Strangely, 2 consecutive 24 hours of Le Mans events run on rFactor 2. Verstappen was the victim of technical troubles. Therefore, it is more than likely that he will be crowned champion for the next installment of sim racing. He is on white-hot form and is most likely going to knock all competition out of the park. Verstappen has undoubtedly proven that he is a truly exceptional sim racer, as he has raw speed and the ability to replicate it lap after lap on a variety of different circuits and in a multitude of different cars. He reckons he puts in 40 to 50 hours of preparation for every esports event he does. "I want to win at whatever I do," Verstappen has said. "I want to go out and not look like an idiot. So, when I'm on the simulator, I'm also flat out." Well, that's all we have for you today. Do you think Verstappen will come out triumphant in the races? Be sure to let us know your thoughts. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next video.